All right, guys, I'm headed over to the camera. Get the camera in a different part of the van so that we can show you the next piece of the puzzle. All right, hold on. Let's see if I can see myself here. Get the framing right. I should be in frame. We are installing this front piece. Earlier, we were working on the middle, so it's done. It's got all the weight on it. If you guys can see that off to the left-hand side. And then what we have over here on the right-hand side is the fix that we did today. So right here, there was a little bit of a squeak in the floor. So the squeak is coming from the wood that was here. It's just temporary so we could stand on it and put the other piece in. But the squeak comes from this part of the floor. So if I got a piece of wood, so the wood sliding, so wood that does not have any coating on it, it's just going to sound like this. All right. Now, if you have paint on the wood, it's going to give you more of a squeaking effect. And so that is what was making that sound. So it's the paint kind of makes it, a little tacky and stick to it. But the reason that it's making the sound is because it's moving. So the movement was right here in the front part of the floor. So on a Ford Transit, the flooring template that they give you, you need to make sure that this front part is supported. I thought I put enough of our strips like this in the floor. So on a Ford Transit, this section right here, there's no support. So there's a corrugation rib here, there's a corrugation rib here and here, but this middle section, there's no support. So that's why I put these strips in here to support the floor. However, what I did is I stopped them where the corrugations in the Ford were. That was basically just on visual. So what I should have done, and I'm going to take this off because this is dried now. I'm just using these drawer slides as weight. But what I should have done is taken this and moved it all the way up here to the front so that this lip right here had something to support it underneath it. The last support is right here. So if we drew a line right here, that's the last support, and this much was kind of overhanging. Now theoretically, if we glued the floor down, it's going to attach to this and support it. But now that since it doesn't have that, this was moving and the floor was squeaking. So what I've done is I took a piece, and I have a video off camera, I'll show you guys later when we make the full video, but I took a piece of this and I put felt tape on the back of it so it wouldn't squeak on the bottom. And then I put a bead of marine adhesive and I went like this and I stuffed it underneath here. So now there is a piece running like this. I'll get some more of these pieces so I can show you what it looks like, as well as getting this felt tape. I like this felt tape. I used it a lot on Thomas's van because he has a really nice sound system and we didn't want anything to rattle. So this felt tape right here, we put on every corner, every cabinet edge. I put it on everything. The whole entire battery system edge, anything that could vibrate. So if you can imagine, there's now a piece like this where the floor is, and that's allowing it to be supported. And then now it's extremely solid. It doesn't move at all. So that's just a good note. If you're referencing the van, just remember your floor, you'll visually want to stop putting these things here, these pieces of, just because it looks like that's the right place to put it. But in fact, you need to extend them all the way up to this very edge, like that. That's where they need to be. Okay, so we solved that. Now we have a very firm section right there. We'll gently walk over here. And so right here, it's extremely stable. Okay, so this piece right here, we are going to reinforce this later. So we'll do this after we put the floor down. So I'm going to put all the weight on it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure over here and over here, and then I'll shim this up while everything is drying. So I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to do it after the board gets on there. Okay, so without further ado, let's get going on this. So we're going to keep all of our weight back here. And we're just going to do the same thing that we did on the middle part. We're going to do on this part. One thing I did was I cleaned up my caulking gun. If you guys remember, one of the tubes busted and it created a big mess. So that has been fixed. So now we got a new tube in here. It's completely clean. It was pretty hard to get it completely clean, but we did get it clean. All right, so behind me, we've got our floor. It's all prepped and ready to go. I've got a backup caulk gun right here that I'm going to use if this other one runs out. And we're going to do the same process. We're going to take this and we're going to knock down our bead so that it's very low profile, because we don't want this top piece sitting up at all. We don't want any gaps. We want it as tight to this surface as possible. And we're just going to get the leaf blower and we're going to blow this off just one more time, get the dust off. And then I'm also going to see if I can put the put this board in here without hitting the live stream camera. So that'll be fun. And as usual, if you guys have any questions, put those in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer them. Okay. Hey guys, there is something wrong with this caulk gun because I used it I just wasted another tube. Look at this. So what I did is I tested it. I put it in here open, and I went ahead and broke the seal and went in just a little bit. And for whatever reason, something is getting cocked inside here, and it is just screwing this whole thing up. Look at that. All right, so we are going to have to clean this off again. I'm not sure why that keeps happening. If you guys have that Milwaukee caulk gun and it does the same thing to you, let me know in the comments, because that thing is, it's not good. The tubes, the tubes of the marine adhesive are not cheap. It may be the tubes are not designed for that gun, because I have no idea. I'm pretty savvy with tools, and it's weird that I would be having an issue operating that thing, if you know what I'm talking about. Because I don't think it's the tubes. Because this tube, we just finished up this tube, look. No problem. So I think Milwaukee has an issue. So the working time with this is 30 minutes, if you guys are wondering. So that's what time you need to, open this up and get the whole thing going. Yeah, we're just going to go back to this. So sometimes simpler is better. See, I was hoping the caulk gun the automatic one would help me with these long, kind of skinny streams. It's this long, skinny lines like this. This is what you want. This way you don't actually have to go in and knock it down like I did the other one. But yeah, like these long, skinny ones, this is perfect. So I guess I'm just going to have to suck it up and do it this way. And then when we finish up, we're going to go back and make a couple more passes on the edges. Let's go back on the inside over here. Get some of these places we missed. You definitely want it really good between these the joints right here. But still thin. All right, looking good. I'd say you don't want any gaps bigger than about an inch. Okay, good on the adhesive. Let's go and get our knockdown. Everything else looks pretty good, but in these like high spots, we want to knock them down. Yeah, pretty much any place that our caulk gun put like a little too much of a dab. That's what we're kind of looking out for. If you see these chunky things, I don't know how they're getting created, but pull them out. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Wait, we got one right here. Don't want to waste any more time. Let's go ahead and get the board down. This is going to be tricky because we were able to slide this last time into place. So now we're going to have to lay it into place. So I'm trying to figure out the way I want to do this. Let's see here. It is good to practice, you know, how you're going to put it in the van. So I think I'm going to put it in this side first. So I'm going to lean it on the wood on the left. Then I'll lay it in there. Okay, so flip it back over. Hit the Livestream cam. Okay, we're going to smush a little bit of our stuff right here. There we go. And just watch your lines. Line everything up and keep pushing in. And we're caught on our little seat, piece of our seat over here, so we're going to have to do it the other way. Go under. There we go. Okay, let's check our alignment. Okay, looks perfect. The main thing is the shower pan. We can shave this off if we need to. The most important is the shower pan right here. And our seating. Okay. Looks good. All right, it's good. It's nice and tight here. It's nice and tight over here. You got good clearance here for our shower pan. Good clearance here. Okay. All right, now we can stand on it. I mentioned it before, but that's why I like to do the some type of liquid adhesive instead of the spray type, because you get one last moment to move it around if you need to, rather than it just immediately sticking into place. And again, for this particular build, these seams right there are not our main concern. The seam in the back is. We'll still make sure that this one is nice and flush, because that's just the way we do things. But all right. Okay, we're going to clean off with some denatured alcohol this extra adhesive over here, and then we'll move on to our next step. Let me just get a rag. We're going to get our big heavy cases for these joints. Anything goes to get weight on this thing, so whatever you guys have in the shop or your house, go for it. You need to make sure you're really weighing this thing down for 30 minutes. That's your goal. It does take a full 24 hours to cure, But the first 30 minutes are really important. There's a big old tire that's going to go in the middle here, so whatever you guys got, right? So we're going to be streaming for about 5 more minutes. So if you guys have any questions and you guys are tuning in, ask those questions in the next 5 minutes, because we're going to stop, we'll reset the cameras, and then we're going to go to the back of the van where we're going to reset to install the piece in the back of the van. I wasn't joking. This is the tire that's going to be going on the back tire rack pretty soon. So look forward to that video. Everything you got. I'm not kidding. Make sure you get it sealed up just right. All right. That's everything but the kitchen sink to put that down. See if I have any more questions. Nope. All right, guys, we will catch you in the next live stream.